I'm Gus Krieger. I'm a writer, director, producer, actor. I'm the Associate Artistic Director of the Porters of Hell's Gate Theater Company based out of lovely North Hollywood, and I love me some Shakespeare. Have for many years.
You can put that in slow-mo, right?
A film, it was Baz Luhrmann's Romeo and Juliet. I was sort of at the perfect age to be wowed by all of the sexy language and people and cinematography, and that was the first time it was something other than stuffy people in a classroom attempting to fumble through the words, and it was very appealing. In 9th grade, freshman year, it was the Competitive Drama Teachers Association of Southern California Shakespeare Festival, and I was Puck in a 10-minute condensing of Midsummer, and it was a grand old time. On the human level, it's great because it touches on every single thing, and it's almost, I feel like even though it might be a little grand to say, some actors think of it the way that some people think of the Bible, in terms of there's a perfect Shakespeare quote for every situation, and I run across this thing and, oh, that's just like this, and you can have a little maxim to help you through that moment. And then as an actor, it's completely paramount, because how can you expect to do the 2,000 years of work that came after it if that's not 2,000, that's Jesus. I conflated it again. The hundreds of years of work that came after it, if you don't know the guy that it's all basically springing from. So he was a genius at reappropriating plots, so you see that ways that your own voice as an author can be boosted by things that came before you while not being totally beholden to them, as well as learning that sometimes lofty language can be really beneficial, and sometimes brevity is the soul of wit. I think it takes all of the research and learning and knowledge in the world, and then the ability to forget about all of that the second that you go on stage and perform it in the kind of drunken, bawdy, populist way that it was meant to be originally performed. Richard is great because of his unabashedness. As the recent electoral process has shown, people don't necessarily go for either end of the moral spectrum as much as they go for someone who is true to themselves and their own desires and goals. And Richard is a perfect old school embodiment of that, and that's why we love him.
Was ever woman in this humor wooed? Was ever woman in this humor won? I'll have her, but I'll not keep her long. What? I that killed her brother and his father, to take her in her heart's extremest hate, with curses in her mouth, tears in her eyes, the bleeding witness of her hatred by, having God, her conscience, and these bars against me, and I, nothing to back my suit at all, but the plain devil and dissembling looks, and yet to win her, all the world to nothing. Hath she forgot already her brave prince, Edward, her lord, whom I, some 3 months since, stabbed in my angry mood at Tewkesbury? A sweeter and a lovelier gentleman, framed in the prodigality of nature, young, valiant, wise, and, no doubt, right royal, the spacious world cannot again afford. And will she yet debase her eyes on me, that cropped the golden prime of the sweet prince and made her widow to a woeful bed? On me, whose all not equals Edward's moiety? On me, that halts and am misshapen thus? My dukedom to a beggarly denier, I do mistake my person all this while. Upon my life, she finds, although I cannot, myself to be a marvelous proper man. Albeit charges for a looking glass, and entertain some score or two of tailors to study fashions to adorn my body. Since I am crept in favor with myself, I will maintain it with some little cost. But first, I'll turn yon fellow in his grave, and then return, lamenting, to my love. Shine out, fair sun, till I have bought a glass, that I may see my shadow as I pass.